Hello. I was listening to a podcast today, and it's so crazy because I feel like I've been having, I don't know, just a experience of humbleness. And I'm kind of grateful that it came about because I'm so adamant about asking if there's anything that I need to be humbled on. Like, please bring it to the light. And I don't even think of this as anything detrimental or like me just feeling as though I'm cocky or above anybody. Not in a sense like that. Just sometimes our eyes just be bigger than what it is that we can digest in the moment. And I feel like that's what's really been going on in my situation right now. If you hear dogs barking or anything like that, I am sitting outside. So, yeah, this is more so concerning my career. I had to learn to really just slow down a little bit. I'm grateful for the time that I've been having, not really doing much. I'm very appreciative of the time that I got to simply rest and not have to hustle and bustle and move and groove. I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I feel like I've been able to learn a lot about myself in this moment instead of just going. I've had the chance to sit, I've had the chance to think, I've had the chance to ponder. And, something that really has been coming to bother me is the lack of socializing, the lack of being able to just, be around people. It's not even much of me trying to cling on to people. I just genuinely like talking. I just genuinely like being around people. I just genuinely like observing people, you know? And you can't really do all of that. You can't really observe. You can't really socialize much if you're around the same couple of people every day. It's harder to be able to feel fulfilled in that area of my life. That's something that I've really been wanting to get back into. I think it was great that I had a chance to rest. It was great that I had a chance to kind of get my mind right and kind of see what it is that I picture for myself. I believe it came to a point where my eyes were a little bit bigger than my stomach. You know how when you're really, really hungry and you just see all these options, so you're grabbing everything. Like you just grab everything with the intentions of partaking in everything, with the intentions of eating everything. I think that's just that was the mindset that I was in. I was looking from a wide view perspective of things versus, just putting one foot in front of the other. And that's something that I've been learning anyways. That's something that I've been talking about anyways, learning how to put one foot in front of the other. I think because I have a history of just simply overthinking that sometimes I execute things in that way naturally. Even if I don't overthink as much as I used to, I still have the tendency of trying to be so widespread when it comes to things because that's just, I guess, that's just the route that I'm used to taking. I believe I'm saying all of this to say these moments that I've been having lately and the time that I've been spending by myself to really get my mind together to really understand what it is that I want to do and why, or what route I'm going to take and why. It's just a matter of me coming to terms with that now. I also learned that sometimes you can't really get much from a situation if you're so focused on, I don't know, you have to learn how to be content within a situation. And that's something else that I'm paying attention to. So because of that, I think that allowed me to backtrack a little bit. That allowed me to calm down a little bit with my goals. Not saying that the things that I want to do aren't attainable, but baby steps. Things aren't going to come overnight in the way that I feel like it should because I'm just sitting here any fucking way. And I think because I'm not really active, because I'm not really moving around, it's harder to allow time to pass. When you're not doing much, when you're not really keeping yourself busy, or when you're not really experimenting with things, it feel like time just moves so slow. And it's crazy. It is such a crazy concept because I feel like I've gotten in the groove of things so much that time doesn't really go by slow for me. But I feel like still at the rate that it's going or at the rate that I see is going, it's still kind of hard to believe things are going to come quickly. It's just hard to believe that everything will happen at a good enough pace for me. But it's just about learning what I can control and what I can't. It's about learning how to react to certain things and how to just let some things go, how to be okay with things, how to navigate through certain things. I've always, not always, but I've been at a point now where I'm constantly talking about how I'm not really reacting towards things from a trauma mindset, or I'm not really acting based off of my emotions, and that's good. But I also have to learn how to work through certain things that would usually kind of trigger me, I guess. It's not just a matter of staying away from it. It's a matter of also learning that if you were in that situation again, what would you do? How would you handle it? And I think that's what it is that I'm experiencing right now. That's what it is that I'm going through. Okay, it was this quote that I seen Will Smith say. He was having a talk with his kid, and he had said something about learning to still have a loving heart in hell. And I'm not saying I'm in hell right now, but I do feel like I'm surrounded by a lot of people who operate as if they're in hell, who see life itself as hell. And usually I'd be annoyed by that. Usually I feel like it's just hard to really coexist with those type of people. And I think that's another thing. I'm learning how to coexist with people who aren't in the same headspace as me, who don't really have the same mental capacity as me. I'm learning how to coexist in a space with them without feeling like I have to force certain things on them, or without feeling, I guess, resentment. I don't even want to call it that, but without feeling annoyed with them. And it got to a point where I felt like I was too involved with whatever was going on in the area that I didn't want to be in, that I kind of allowed that to consume me a little bit. So I lost track of the goal. I lost track of the point. And I'm so grateful that I have these moments. I'm so grateful that I'm constantly learning things from my situations, especially when I feel stuck and I feel like I don't understand what the hell is going on. I'm glad that I can just simply ask, what is it that I'm not paying attention to? What is it that I'm not understanding? My mind is clear enough for me to be able to ask these questions and get a response back. And these responses feel so immediate for me that I can't do anything but just feel blessed. It's just a simple ask, what is it that I'm missing out on? What is it that I'm not paying attention to? Or where is it that I'm going wrong? And I believe that it's a matter of me trying to hurry up and jump ahead, opposed to actually putting one foot in front of the other, taking baby steps to get to where I need to be, or to get to where I want to be, to get to where I've always seen fit for myself. It's just a matter of crossing my T's and dotting my I's. And there are some things that I actually do need to get into that I kind of strayed away from. I just feel like I have so many plans for myself that I just didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. So I'm glad I've been able to take a step away. I'm not gonna say I was greedy about it, because I literally haven't even started eating. Like I haven't even really grabbed the fork for real. It's just a matter of me trying to see what is it I'm gonna chew first, what I'm gonna bite off first. But now I'm learning, girl, it's okay to like dibble and dabble and shit. It's okay to eat one plate and come back for seconds, or it's okay to pick up something and then come back again to see if you want to try something else. Everything doesn't have to be permanent. And I think I'm also trying to operate from a state of mind that's thinking some people only have to do one thing, or some people only think they can do one thing. I truly believe like I have so many routes to take in this life. I have so many things to do. I have so many things to be, so many lives to live, that it kind of made me freeze up a little bit. It made me feel like I really didn't know where to go. Like I literally was at a point in my life where I was just like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. There's so many options. I just don't know where to go, what road to take. I didn't know what option was going to lead me to the best next option to get to the next thing that I wanted to get into. I was just trying to map it out. Me being as calculated as I am, I was just trying to map everything out and see where to go. What could I do? But it's all starting to slowly come to me now. It's all starting to make sense now. I was just too ahead of myself, and it didn't even have to be like that. And it's so crazy because sometimes sometimes I really feel like I'm such a self-efficient person. I could definitely solve a lot of my problems on my own. But when it comes to handling things that I've never seen be executed before, when it comes to trying to understand or get the gist of things that I've never watched anybody go through, I be feeling like that's when I need a mentor or something. I be feeling like that's when I want help, or that's when I feel like I just need some advice. I'm not really one to take advice either, which is crazy. I'm not, because I feel like a lot of, if there's anybody giving me unsolicited advice, 9 times out of 10 is something that I've already kind of gotten through, which is why I really don't tell people my business anyways, because I don't want people to feel like they have that freedom to tell me how to do something when the situation itself is genuinely already handled in my head. Sometimes I just want to, get it off my chest. The more I learn to be okay with things and to understand it's life, the more that I'm accepting of whatever it is that's going on, the easier it is for me to not even have anything to say about it. I've become so much less reactive than I usually would be, or that I typically would be, or that people who once knew me have ever seen me be. And it's so crazy. It is so crazy because I'm usually one to react to everything. I'm usually one to be dramatic about everything. Not to say I'm still not dramatic. I'm very dramatic, but it's just about what I give my attention to. And a lot of things I just typically don't give my attention to it. I think my eyes were just bigger than my stomach, and it made it affect the way that I handle situations. But it's also good as well because I've also had the time to really just sit and get into like the essence of me. I've been able to understand and hear myself a lot more. I've been able to take on new habits that I want to incorporate much further in the future. I've been able to distinguish myself from things that I feel like I could have got caught in, because I wasn't really distracted by anything. So now these things are just like natural habits. These are things I don't even have to really force or enforce or try to make a thing. It just is. So I'm grateful for that. But I also feel like I've been able to minimize everything so that I could be able to put one foot in front of the other. And I just become even more grateful when I feel like I'm a little lost inside, but then I see the logistics of everything. I see the opportunity behind everything, or I just understand why there's a certain route that I'm taking, because it just makes me feel like I'm being seen, I'm being heard, I'm being understood. It's just a matter of really going slow, really slowing down. And that's so crazy because I do feel like that was the theme for me after I graduated college. There were things I was just so used to moving so fast. Like, I wish you could have seen when I was on campus. Like, I walked so fast. I'm just so used to moving fast. I'm so used to getting things done. I'm so used to constantly going, constantly going, constantly going. So it was really hard for me to even have to learn how to slow down. And I think that's what this time has been, just a matter of me being okay with slowing down. Because I knew I needed to slow down after graduation. I just didn't know how, one. And it caused me to really be scared of the fact that I did not want to be a failure if I slowed down. Fuck. Because I've seen people slow down. And that's the thing. Like, I keep saying I've seen because I'm a visual learner. So a lot of the things that I've been able to grasp onto are things that I've seen other people do, or things that I've tried to go a different route when it came to certain things because of the fact that I've watched this play out in other people's lives. Some people accomplished some things and some people did not. So I knew what I wanted to get done. I knew what I admired in other people, and I knew what I wanted to refrain from. And when it came to the matter of slowing down, I'm not used to seeing people slow down and then get back into it and things be successful. I'm not. So it scared me. And I don't think I've come to a point of being scared. I think maybe that's the difference between it. And this is why I just like life itself, because sometimes you don't really understand the logistics of everything if you're not really in a situation. That's why even now, like, the more I learn, even if I don't understand something, I'm still trying to be cognizant of how I interpret it or what I say or what angle I come from, because that could be you in a matter of seconds. And not even that, like, it's a struggle, especially if people are not used to handling things in a progressive way. It's a struggle. We can't really just get on people's asses about shit like that. We really cannot judge. Life is not fucking easy, girl. We cannot fucking judge. So it's just a matter of me understanding. It's just a matter of me making sure I'm careful with my moves, making sure I'm being like cognizant or aware of what it is that life is trying to tell me, especially in the moments where I feel like I don't understand things, in the moments where I feel like I don't know what to do, or where I just feel like I don't really have help. What the fuck am I going to do? It's just baby steps. Everything that I want can come with time and with putting one foot in front of the fucking other. I'm literally not used to seeing people slow down. I'm literally not used to seeing people try and take care of themselves in the process. Like, when I say I'm not used to it, like, nobody in my family has a fucking psychology degree. Nobody in my family is as intricate about being mentally healthy as I am. Niggas is just going with the motions, which is why I can understand the spectrum of both ends. Like, I'm really the start of all of this shit right here that I'm trying to create, or that I'm trying to allow other people to understand. It starts with me. So yeah, I be befuddled sometimes. Yeah, I be confused sometimes. Yeah, I be feeling like I don't got nobody. And 9 times out of 10, hell, that's the reality of it. But I'm okay with the process of everything, because I know the benefits that are coming from these things. I know the outcome and the impact that it's going to have. I'm not doing none of this shit in vain. I'm not. And even if it's not for them, hell, it's for me. So I can say I've lived a life that was worth living. I've lived a life that I was proud of. I've lived a life that made sense to me. I didn't have to live life not understanding. I didn't have to live life not comprehending what the fuck was going on. I didn't have to live life confused or following the rules of other people that didn't make sense to me. I'm actually getting what they say. I've seen people at NBA YoungBoy concert saying they got their money's worth. I'm actually getting my money's worth. That's what the fuck I feel like. So I just gotta, I'm cool. I feel like all I gotta do is just pause, stop, and ask what the hell is going on, and things are gonna be revealed to me. That's all it is. I've literally worked a relationship with just my environment. I wouldn't even say people. Like, my environment itself has had my back more than people have, and that's okay. That is 100% okay. If my voice gets to shaking, I am outside and it's cold as, well, it's not cold as fuck, but iron low, shit gonna be good. My environment has had my back more than people have. I feel like if there was just nothing responding though, that's when I go ballistic, because it's like, girl, what the fuck? Why not just speak out into the air? Why not just go to a tree and just get to talking? Why the fuck not? Why the hell not? I'm telling you, I'm gonna get an answer every time. You ask some shit that you don't even know is capable of receiving a response, versus you going to a person and they just telling you, like, why are you asking that? Or they redirecting the answer to your question about some shit that just isn't called for. Like, we can skip all the theatrics and stuff and just get the answer. And I'm okay with that. I'm so okay with that. 100%. It be like that. It really be like that. When you the first to do some shit in your family, you will feel alone. You will be misunderstood. You gotta find a way to work around that. And y'all, I'm doing all this shit sober. That's that. See, I be giving myself my motherfucking props, because I know how life get, and I understand the whole logistics behind trying to just drink or trying to take drugs and stuff. Like, I get it. I swear I was thinking that yesterday. I'm like, I'm really doing this shit sober. Like, I'm really sitting in confusion sober. But I've grown to love my emotions. I've grown to be okay with them. I've grown to really just make my emotions like just like another friend. People don't have that opportunity. Oftentimes I reflect on my childhood too. They say up until like 7 years old is when your childhood is like the most important. Like, that's really what creates who you are as a, a being. And thinking about it, I lived a great childhood up until 7. So if that's what shaped who the fuck I am today, I can't lie. I'll give these people their 10s. I will. Cause shit really didn't start popping off until after that age anyways. It was just a matter of me trying to understand what the fuck was happening. Why the fuck was everything changing? Well, that's neither here nor there. I get on people they tens. They did their motherfucking thing. But life be happening. Some people lose control. And that's understandable. Just one foot in front of the other. Well, that shit don't mean something until it do. I see people say that shit all the time. And I guess I never really just had my own understanding of that until I literally had to tell myself, girl, one foot in front of the other. I tend to take on lessons better when I have to learn them alone anyway. That's how I'm able to take things more seriously when I have to learn on my own. I understand what it took to get there. I understand what it felt like in the midst of it. And also what the outcome of it could be. Thank you for listening. If you made it to this point, I love you. Thank you for watching. If you made it to this point, well, I love everybody, but if you made it to this point, I love you. Thank you.